I judge how well the product did by how much more I get off of my face on step two. Hello, everyone. My name is Gina, and welcome to Season Beauties. Our video on today, as you saw from the title, we're going to be talking about cleansing balms. Now, I can't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for me. So what I'm going to do today is talk about and compare so I can figure out what's the best one for me based on the things that I find to be very important. So I'm going to talk about 4 different cleansing balms that I have used that I love. Almost, okay? You'll understand why I'm saying that in just a minute. But the thing is, I have tried these 4 and they were amazing, okay? Almost. And so I wanted to see which one actually did more of the things that I wanted. So before I tell you which one was my absolute favorite and the one that I jar completely empty, can't wait for the next one to come in, okay? Already on the repurchasing list, okay? So the first one I want to talk to you about is WISHFUL Clean Genie Cleansing Butter. That's this one right here. Now, I wanted to make sure I could share some details of what these products, actually offered, the type of products that they claim to be. Okay, so this particular one is not actually called a cleansing balm. It's called a cleansing butter. That kind of intrigued me a little bit. Now, this particular size that I have is a 3.53 ounce size. And for the most part, you can find it between $34 and $38. But it says it easily removes long wearing makeup. That's a big deal right there. That's one of those phrases that you have to remember. Long wearing. Okay. And for people who are doing a double cleanse, this would be your first step. Okay. And it's a soft but strong cleansing balm that acts as the first step, which is what I told you about, in your double cleansing routine, melting away makeup. This ultimate balm is infused with green tea, malachite, to help pull makeup and impurities out of your skin while keeping skin conditioned. Okay. Now, the price point, not bad. I don't think it was bad because it truly, truly lasted me a month. There were some keywords that I really liked in this description of what this particular product was. Okay. Long wearing makeup is what it removes. And I am that extra person, which you already know. So the double cleanse thing, yes, that's me. Okay. And I like the fact that it says it leaves your skin feeling conditioned. Okay. So those 2 things with this one right here, plus some other things, which we'll talk about. Okay. So that's the first one. The second one was by Glow Recipe. Okay, and this is the Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. Okay, this one is a, let's see, 3.4 ounce size jar. Okay, nice size. Okay, and the price tag on this one is about, I want to say it told me $32, somewhere around 32. Okay, now it says it smooths the look of skin with natural papaya enzymes while melting away stubborn makeup, dirt, oil, and SPF. That's a big one. Okay, and in addition to that, it says this sorbet-like, which means the texture of, sorbet, harnesses papaya enzymes to gently resurface skin while dissolving makeup and creating a baby soft canvas for skincare and makeup. Now, here's the other thing. This one offers exfoliating properties, which is another thing that is a big deal. Because in addition to it cleansing, it's pulling up the dry skin that may be left behind underneath all of this moisturizers that we put on our skin. Okay, so that's the second one. Okay, then this one right here, this little jar right here. Oh my God. You know, there is a saying that I've heard for probably all of my life. Big things come in little packages. This is one of those things. This is the Flour Mill Balm Shell. Okay. And it is a cruelty free, clean product. This is a 2-ounce size, but the price on this one is $32. So this one is already at least a minimum of 1 ounce smaller than the other two that we've already talked about. Okay, now it says this one cleans pores without stripping or drying the skin for a soft, supple, and renewed complexion. Its unique multi-action formula has an exclusive combination of essential oils that work together to craft a powerful yet gentle formula to lift away impurities for a more radiant complexion. And it is suitable for all skin types. Love, love, love. Then it says it visibly targets. That means you are going to see a difference in the dryness or excessive oils and or breakouts and dull complexions. Mighty but small. Okay, so that's this one. Then the last one that I have is by Juvia's Place. Now y'all know I love me some Juvia's Place cosmetics. You know I do. So knowing the pigmentation of Juvia's Place, I said, okay, let's go ahead and try out their cleansing balm. This one is called Let's Melt It Off Cleansing Balm. This one is a 1.5-ounce size and it is $18. It says it's for oily or dry skin and it melts away makeup impurities and pore clogging oils from your skin. This balm will cleanse, exfoliate, and hydrate the skin all at once. It contains a powerful combination of nature's best exfoliants and oils such as pineapple, sunflower, and mango butter. Okay, now let me just start off by saying, reading what ingredients are in these four, you know they smell amazing, okay? You know that they smell amazing. There's pineapple or papaya or mango, you know, those types of things that are in these four. Okay, so what was it that I really liked and what I didn't like? Well, first of all, each one does something that I really like. Some of them have the same properties. And of course, as I said, they all smell really, really good. Now, think of a long wearing makeup that you may have. What is it that's really difficult to get off? Okay, what product do we use? And when I think about that, one thing that I think about is matte lipsticks, okay? Gel liners, you know, when they dry, okay? Because they are designed to not move. Waterproof mascara, things like that, okay? So that is what I think of. Now, the other part is I am one of those people who reads the instructions. I want to know exactly how you're telling me your product is going to work best for me, okay? Or anybody that's using it, because the directions, sometimes they may differ when you say for people with a certain type of skin, do this, okay? And when you have a different type of skin, do that. But for the most part, it's still the directions that are offered by the manufacturer, okay? So yes, I am that person. And I'm okay with that, because if something isn't working for me, I need to know why, especially if I'm following the directions of the person that created it. So clearly it's not because I'm doing something wrong. Now, I will tell you the way that I use any of these cleansing balms, I make sure I massage it into my skin. Here's the thing. I don't do that with my hands, okay? Because if you think about it, on your face, you're putting on an SPF. Then after that, you're putting on a primer. Hopefully it's an SPF that has primer to it, but if not, you're putting on those two things. Then you're going to put on a foundation and a concealer, and then you're going to put on a bronzer. You're going to put on a blush. You're going to put on eyeshadow. You're going to put on eyeliner. You're going to put on brow products. And then on top of that, you're going to put on setting powder, setting spray. That's a lot of layers. Now, with it being a lot of layers, when it's time for me to rub this into my skin, my hands look like a muddy mess. I'm not here for that. I don't like the way that feels. Even though I'm washing my hand, I don't like the way it feels. So what I do is I have wipes that are biodegradable. Okay. And if I'm not using those, I do have reusable towels. Okay. Now, I will tell you, I didn't realize that I was going to do this one today. Otherwise, I would have made sure that I had some more. But the Kleenex towels that come in a box, I'll put a picture of it up here. Those things are amazing. They are strong. And when you use them, they don't immediately fall apart. Okay. And because they are paper, they are recyclable. Okay. I'm going to take off my bracelet and I'm going to find one of the strongest items that we were talking about. So, or maybe I'll just make it quite muddy and put some product on top of product. Okay. So let me tell you what I did. I put on my hand. Okay, can you see this muddy mess right here? Okay, so what I did is I put some foundation on the back of my hand. I put some concealer. I put some contour. Then I put some blush. Then I didn't put eyeliner on it, but it's fine. I put eyeshadow on, I put a shimmery eyeshadow on, and I put highlighter on. Then after that, I put setting powder on, and then setting spray. Now, some of these products I use till it's barely anything to scrape out of the jar. But what I do know is there is enough in here to use a couple of Q-tips, okay? And with using the Q-tips, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put as much on a Q-tip as I can. And we're just going to rub back and forth a little bit with that product. Let's see what we can do. I don't know if this is even going to be fair at this particular point. Well, with that being said, this is what was used to take this product out. Others came with this one. Now, I want to say because their jars are so big, you want it to be able to reach all the way down or all the way around the jar. Now, the first one, while we're waiting for it to dry, is by WISHFUL, and this is the Clean Genie. What we talked about is this is step number 1, which means after that, I am thoroughly washing my face. Okay. Now, that's how I judge it, and the way that my skin is still feeling. This glow recipe, this stuff smells marvelous. So definitely here for it. This one right here, I really, really love this product because I know that it is a clean product. The ingredients are clean products, okay, that make up this product, okay? And even though it did not offer such a clean smell, it kind of had a medicinal kind of smell to it, which I know that I'm washing it off. So that's that. Now, the JUVIA'S place, I told you the reason that I figured this was going to be a good choice of what to try is because with JUVIA'S place, their eyeshadows are so pigmented. Their foundations are lightweight and long lasting. And this is not a JUVIA'S, this is not a selling point for JUVIA'S. I'm just saying this is the reason why I really wanted to try this, because if their products were that good, surely you're designing something that is going to take off the products that you swear by. Okay. So that's the reason for this one. Now, I do have something else. This video is not about it, but I received this in a BoxyCharm. Whew. And this one was the Vike oil-free makeup remover spray. Now, the times that I use this is when, you know, you're doing a try on, and so you're putting it on your skin, and then you're going to just immediately clean it off. So I would take it and, of course, spray it, let it sit for a minute, and then go ahead and wipe it off. But that's not what this is about. We're talking about cleansing balms, okay? So hopefully we've given this enough time to set, and let's go. So the first one, I'm sorry, I can't use that one first. The first one that we're going to try to scrape something out of this jar, because I promise you, I love this so much. It is clean. It's not even anything really around the edges. So I'm going to try really hard. I got a little bit. So I'll go close to the edge. So here we are right here. That little bit. Look at here. Okay, across the top. Can you see the difference? Right here. And it was barely anything in this jar, but it still gave me, I'm sure this is not the way that my face would be, because I would have stopped using it right off the bat. But considering how much was in the jar, that's pretty good. Then the next one was the papaya by Glow recipe. Now this one I'll be able to get a little bit more out of, not much. Can you see that? Okay, so that's what's on. We're going to take this one and go, holy moly, look at this. So you can see where it melted it down so that we could get it off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe this and let's see what we get. Okay, so how about that? Can you see the difference right here? This part right here, this was the first one. But for it to not have been very much in the jar, that looks pretty good. This is the second one, the Glow recipe. Okay. All right. Now, would you like to see what? I'm not here for showing that kind of stuff, but it lifted quite a bit of it off. Okay. So let's go to the Flour Mill Bombshell. Love this stuff. Love, love, love it. Now, yes, was able to get quite a bit out of there. I'm going to even do this down on the bottom, well, now the top part where the lipstick is as well. Okay. Let me show you. Look at that. Can you see? Can you see the difference? This is the other half of where the lipstick was. Now, we're to Juvia's place. Now, don't judge me, y'all. Clearly, this was not my favorite. Clearly, it was not. I even tried to double the amount that I was using to see if that helped. Well, maybe it did, maybe it didn't. We'll go ahead and do this large section right here. It's doing a lot, but I used a lot. Okay, let's just put it out there for real, for real. So it did melt it down, okay, right here close to the wrist. So let's wipe it off. But this is what the Juvia's place looks like. So I'm not, see, it's, okay. This is just not my favorite. It does okay if you're willing to go back and, you know, really say, well, yeah, it loosened it up really, really well. However, you have a lot of washing to do after the fact. This is just a tentative test. Is just so you could see the basics of it. Now, if I were to put it on my face at the end of really putting my makeup on and mascara, waterproof products, waterproof eyeliner, waterproof mascara, things like that, I'm not sure how it would have been. Now, as far as the lipstick goes, it's just something about Beauty Bakery because it's still not coming off. What I will tell you is my hand is very moisturized still. Okay. Now, I will tell you right in the middle, the skin feels a little different than it does on either side, which I'm expecting. Why? Because that was the one that had the exfoliating enzymes in it. So when you are looking for a cleansing balm, what are you looking for? Okay. Now you know about my empties. Okay. You know the ones that I love. And I'm telling you, when I realized that it was that much still around the edges in here, I will be using this till I get everything that's in here out. I love it. I'm just telling you the truth. And so let me say this to you. I try to share the things with you that I really like using that work for me. Now, you know these top 4, but really 3. Now, if you're using only clean products, then this is my suggestion for you. It's a little expensive, but it's worth every bit. And you don't have to use a whole lot. You really don't. It works wonderfully. But so if you are in the market for a cleansing balm that's clean, that one is perfect. Now, what I would like to ask you to do, if you have a favorite that you would like me to try yours and put it up against my favorite, I'd be more than happy to do that. Okay. So let me know down below if that is the case, and we will try to find that product, and that is exactly what we will do. Now, I saw something when I went online to get all of the prices. I wanted to make sure that I had the manufacturer suggested retail price, the correct one. And I didn't want to give you the sale price just in case there is no sale when you get ready to get that particular product, if you decided to do that. So when I went online to find it, something dawned on me, and that is maybe I need to also try a cleansing balm that is drugstore brand or less. Nowadays, drugstores, some of the prices right now, you're still looking at upwards of $20. Okay, so if I can find some cleansing products that are under $15, cleansing balms, if that's something that you would like to see, let me know down below, because I do have a couple in mind that I don't have a problem purchasing because I am okay with their products. So if that's something that you would like to see, let me know down below. Okay, so what do you think? Tell me what your thoughts are about our little experiment today. Okay, you know, me sharing this information with you. You let me know what your thoughts are. Okay, because I would love to know what you think. All right, so whatever your fave is, and if you'd like to see how yours holds up against mine, we could do that. I will tell you another thing that I did was when I went online to find out the prices, I also checked our subscription boxes to see if any of these were offered in them. Now, this and this are offered in, oh, now they're one, Ipsy and BoxyCharm. Okay, so you can check and see if maybe it's in Drop Shop. That I didn't check, but I do know that it has been offered in those boxes. So if that's the case, go on to Drop Shop and see if it's there. This one I definitely know was in a Kind Beauty box because that's where I was introduced to this product. Because if you remember, I told you Kind Beauty box was for cruelty-free, either vegan or clean products only are what appear in the Kind Beauty box. And that's where I was introduced to this one. So that box was under $30, so which is less than what this cost. So you can check out their site as well and see if they offer it. Okay, everybody knows where you can find Juvia's place because that is not something that has been in any box. Okay, but it was $18. So this was the most inexpensive of them all. Okay, so I just want to tell you, I thank you so very much for choosing to spend time with me on today as we did the Battle of the Balms. Okay, now, before I let you go, I also want to remind you to check out our current giveaway. It's a beauty. Okay, so check it out. It's a dedication to our moms and or being a mom. Okay, so make sure you check that out and participate. Okay, but in order to do that, you have to be a subscriber of Seasoned Beauty. So make sure that you are. So remember, regardless of the season that you are in, you will always be a seasoned beauty. Until next time.